Yeah. I'm waiting for people. Ooh. Waiting for people. And we're going to talk the way it was back in 1980s. My story. My events. This is my channel. I'm going to promote it the way I want to promote it. I did it my way. I'm going to do it my way here at my channel. I'm going to talk about what I went through. I'm not competing with anybody. I just want to tell my story. All right, we got people coming in. We got 3 likes and 6 people here. I'm going to do 5 minutes of entertainment with music. At 7:05, I'm going to begin talking. So, this is my channel, my way. Yeah, I was a boy then. Little boy with this music. But it stood. I always love it. Frankie Valli. He's an old timer. Nobody listened to him as much like they did going back in 60s, 70s. Frankie boy, New Jersey boys. I went to see him. Okay. So we got people here. We got Mickey Betts just got out of the shower. Mickey Betts came out of the shower. Okay. So now it's 7:05 almost. So I'm going to talk. We got 9 people here, 4 likes, which is good. More than I got last time. Monday night, I said the Knicks were going to lose. Anybody knew? I mean, not too many people were present. And I was right. They lost. Because that's the way the game goes. 7-game series. They can win 4 in a row. That'll be the end of the business. Everybody's making money. It's all about making money. So you can't predict who's going to win. It's up in the air. It's a gamble. That's what they call it, gambling. And I was a bookmaker. And I know what a bookmaker always made money. And in the long run, take the action. You're going to lose. But the player would always lose eventually. You just got to have enough money to back you up, to be able to pay. You always got to pay on time. Never stall. Always be happy to pay. And that's what I used to do. I paid on time. I used to go to my way to pay. And I ran my poker games the same way. Legitimate, no crooks coming in, cheaters, meaning car sharks, people that used to go in the game, try to play partners. They eventually get caught because we used to look for people like that. Okay, so I'm going to talk to people now. That's what I'm doing this because I'm going to start making my videos talk about the stories in videos. I did, Joe Messino, came home in 1992. I did a video. I didn't get a lot of followers. I don't know. They don't like Joe Messino. I don't know. But I put it up yesterday on my video, and I didn't get too many people there. I don't know. Joe Messino, he was the love of the town in the year 2000. Everybody loved him. He was the best guy. There was nobody better than Joe Messino. He was such a smart guy. So, anyway, we got Mickey Bats. Otavia was first. She said she was going to miss the show, but she's here. I see her. So, let's say Mickey Bats. He didn't use the came out of the shower. So he talks just got out of the shower. Oh, he says it. Hey, Giacomo, have you ever thought about writing a book? Yes. How many times I got to tell you? Yes, I wrote the books. They're right behind me. You ask the same question. You come out with the same thing. It's a little funny. And I used to know Mickey Batch was a capo in the Bonanno crime family. Maybe it's you, Mickey. I don't know. Where you living now? I don't know. All right. So, Paulie Jack, good evening. Likewise, Paulie. West Hempstead. Thank you. You coming back as you were here Monday night. We had a long discussion Monday night. You were the only one here, really, and a few other guys watching in the background. But we had a nice conversation about Franklin Square. Because you grew up in West Hempstead. That's where I lived. My home was in West Hempstead by what is it? I can't think right now. See? And Nassau Boulevard. What was that? The park there. Echo Park? Echo Park. I used to go there swimming too. It was like private place to go to join to work out. They had a steam room, sauna, pools, Echo Park. Paulie, did you ever go to Echo Park? You gotta be. Everybody used to go to Echo Park in the summer. It's outdoor, indoor pool, beautiful. Steam room, sauna, everything, workout room. It was like I belonged to West Hempstead, and there was a private. I mean, people had to join to participate. Families did. Uh, Hello, Brown. Yes. Okay, so let me talk to Otavia. Midnight here. If I miss anything, no, you didn't miss anything. We just started, Otavia. Thank you for still sticking by. Thank you. Not many people are loyal. They jump around from show to show. So I don't know how many people doing podcasts on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I don't know. Okay, so Paulie says, grew up there as a kid every day. Yes. Okay, so my story, when I broke away from the Carrazzo brothers, I was on my own. I broke away from everybody. I still belong related to Joe Messino, Savatali, still close to Rusty Rastelli, because that was my family that I was associated with. And you needed to be with a family. So As I moved on, with the guys, I had Vito, that I met at Cafe Numero Uno. He had his own pizzeria in Nixville. So, and I had the goods. I've been saying all along what I had. I don't want to keep on repeating the same thing. So I had friends I made, and Vito was a bouncer, in discotheques. I don't know if you guys, most of you, the guys in this show that the 40 years old, 50 years old, maybe if that. There's nobody, my age. When I grew up, we didn't have the beepers came out later on. We didn't have a beepers either. The beepers, that you give each other signals to call each other, as time change. Now we got computers, we got AI, and nobody knows who's real, who's fake. They young people today, in the 30s, 40s, they do this AI, and they think they're gonna get a lot of people. In this podcast about mafia podcast, okay, there's not a lot of people really that you could grab and follow you. There's only, I don't know, if it's 1 million people, if that, they're really interested, about mafia. I mean, people want to go watch a movie, they for entertainment and that. But how many people really are involved, getting involved talking? I want to know about the mafia of the 1930s or 1940s or 1950. There's not many people really. So you're only going to get a handful. So I'm the new kid. I'm the old guy, the oldest guy, really, that, compared to Sebi the Bull and Michael Franchese, they got a head start. We're doing podcasts a long time ago. What is it now? They involve what, 7, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. Because I was just starting out writing my book, so that's how long they've been around. So they're number one, on YouTube with the podcast. And who holds the crown? Is it Michael Franchese or Samuel the Bull? I think Michael Franchese is more uh, good talker. He was a priest too. Minister. So he knows, he's got education, knows how to talk, and he could bullshit all he wants, and people listen. So I can't even pronounce a word. I can't even. But I wrote books. The way I did it, I did it, and nobody could take that away from me. So. Uh, and I'm learning the computer now. I'm doing podcast, not podcast channel. I'm talking to a channel. I'm still want to learn how to keep people away from, how do you say, taking my videos and turn them to AI to try to degrade me, try to embarrass me. These people, they're in the 30s, 40s. So I gotta learn. I gotta learn to, they're not allowed to do that. Those are my videos. I'm making my videos. Why should they attack my videos? The way I talk, turn everything around, the way I look. I mean, I don't think I look so bad. I think I look good for an old man now, but I don't feel like I'm an old man. I feel like I'm rejuvenated now doing this YouTube channel. So I'm trying to tell my story. There was a lot of fun in the 80s, excitement, challenges. You're risking your life, you're risking going to prison for a long time. But I was focused to do it because I lost all my legitimate business in my 20 and I got shot. So I lost a lot. Now I got two kids. I went to work construction, in the late 70s, and I broke my back. And, I got, what do you call, my earnings coming out because working heavy work and you got a paycheck. And it was not enough. I mean, broke my butt, and when it rain or what do you call when it's freezing cold, you don't work. You collect unemployment. So what are you going to do with the unemployment check? What are you going to feed for people? Two kids. How are you going to eat? Especially I was used to I was a businessman. I made money. So how could I go to work, 9 to 5 or 8 to 7, 7 to 7, whatever, overtime and all that? The more you work, the more taxes they take out. So when I was back in the street, I was making money with the car games and with the bookmaking. So, like I said, I said the Knicks were going to lose. Just to remind everybody here that I said they were going to lose and put your money against the Knicks. Anybody listen to me? I don't know. But anyway, so that's my expertise. And I'm a chef. I'm an Italian chef because I run a restaurant. So I'm an author. And now I'm on the YouTube channel. I run restaurant. Learned that from the chefs. I didn't go to school to learn how to cook. I learned by working in a restaurant. So by people I hire, they were professional chefs. So I learned because you never know when you're going to lose your chef. And that's what happened a few times. So I had to take charges. So anyway, when I was in the 80s and I left East New York, uh, I don't want to go back working construction because I could have went back to construction because I always left in good term. I always was a good worker, always was, on time. I follow orders because I knew it was about business. So, and that's what I did. So, going back to the 80s, now I'm moving to Long Island, and Vito had a pizzeria in Hicksville. So, I'm in my stand. I put my hat on. In other words, with Vito, we set up the card games and his basement. We fixed up the basement beautifully. We put even rug with the table. Always class. No. What do you call it? Junk box. Always very professional. So I like to see what's going on there. 1 minute, I got poorly talked to. I got to see some people because this is what I'm here. I want to answer questions. Have a chat with people that come on, and because the stories are in my books, the auto books available. So I'd like to, on my video, I'm going to start talking about 1992 when Joe Messina was out. So that's what I'm going to be taking. So the books are up to the 1992. In other words, number one book, number two, number three. So if others believe and make my bone with the mafia is part one and part two. The only thing missing there is the trip from Sicily to America. The way I grew up a little bit in Sicily, the people around who was the mafiosi and all that. So that's in my father's belief. But and that's part of making my bones with the mafia is when I arrived in New York, and I was living in Red Hook. The Gallo brothers were there, and that was their turf. The Gallo brothers. Okay, so under Profaci, that's who they were with. Joe Banana was in the same midst. Carmine Persico too, But I was a kid. I was 13 years old, 14. I left uh, almost 16 years old. I left Red Hook and I went to Glendale. So that's it. I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm going to just try to read here because the whole idea, I want to talk to Paulie. He says he grew up in West Hempstead, so he knows what I'm talking about, Echo Park. He grew up there as a kid, and he went there every day to Echo Park, swimming. Indoors or outdoors. Summer was beautiful because I had a big pool outside. People used to go. The best time to go was in the morning, though. I always like in the morning because everything is fresh. Everything, it's clean. The water's clean. Okay. I like you, Giacomo. It's easier for me to be here. I want to be here. Thank you. Love you very much for that. Thank you. There's a lot of hostile people that they've been hostile towards me, but the more hostile is the point that they attack my books and they attack my videos. They turn it into comedy as an AI, and to try to build what do you call it, the YouTube channel, whatever they think they're gonna happen, but nobody's watching them. Only the same people that are in the clique. I see because I watch them. I'm trying to prevent them from taking my video and use them for smirk. Is that the right word? So I'm trying, and I'm gonna see what happens. But I'm gonna not lay off. I'm gonna continue because they're only a bunch of hoodlums. With this Francesco Ferdolino, because that's what he was. It was a low life. Grew up in Knickerbocker. Now he's got his own what do you call show, and he's got these people under his wings, I guess. And they group. And when I came out, with this books that I was trying to promote, Francesco Ferdolino was the one attacking me. The second one was his other people. You all know already. I've been mentioning it. So I just want to move on forward. I don't want to keep on going back to the same gossip. But they all belong to Francesco Ferdolino and his show. So those are the people. They all gang it up on me. So okay. So now I'll tell you, like Joe, it's okay. Yes. Paulie says, what would have happened if you push back and split it with Corazzo brother? What would have happened if you push back and split it with Corazzo? Bro, I don't know. I was getting very tight with them. I was, me and Blaze, we were partners in the luncheonette. So we were doing a lot of things, we used to do the fireworks, we did the bookmaking, we gambled the gambling. I provide, stolen goods from the Irish friends because they were at the airport. So I don't know what would happen. I don't know. I was happy. I was making money. There was nothing that I could do with that. I could do everything I wanted to do. As long as you don't step on people's toes. That's it. So I don't know what would have happened. Would I have joined them? I don't know. I don't know because I was desperate to make money. I wanted to make money, and when I was with them, I was making money. I could pay my bills. I could go do my thing. have a decent car. Never bought a new car again, never, because that was my downfall. So I don't know what would happen. I was in with them all the way. Okay, so now good looking Jack. Chuckle, you see the AI video made about you. Yes, yes, they're making. You watch them, you see them, the Smarkovs, what they're doing with they change my words, they're cutting the video short. Uh, but I'm here. Could they do this in front of me? Could they use AI in front of me? No, they do it in a computer. From the mountain, from wherever they are. They're in ocean, so you can go and search for them. They're not worth the search. They're useless, and they know they're useless. So they got nothing else to do. But that's why they try to create the AI, the cartoons, the comedy. But they're not going nowhere. They've been in a podcast. Uh, this people, I don't even want to mention their name, but you know who they are. I've been keeping on mentioning it. They got not too many followers. I got subscribers that I even best Francesco Fedolino. Did I buy him? I didn't buy him. I promote I own my mafia groups on Facebook. I got a lot of people that used to listen to me. Since this AI they came out with, people are like they wonder because a lot of people they don't have their own mind. They always like somebody else telling them story, what to do, how to say what happened. That's why people go to church or they go to synagogues to listen to the rabbi or listen to the priest. I don't go because I grew up in the church as a boy, and I see the priest inside out what they are. And I met rabbis too, and I met Orthodox priests too. So they're all in the same thing. Everything is about business, making money, and that's what everybody's doing it to make money. Okay, so good looking Jack. Thank you, Paulie. I report as she did the same to me. I reported as she did the same to me. Okay, so you know who's that, right? You could pronounce her name. I don't want to pronounce her name. She's a cuckoo. I don't know. She's got talent about doing videos. She does good. I don't know. She's got talent, but she could use them in a better way. So it's the same with the other guy. So I don't know what they're gonna get out of it. I don't know. I don't see anything really happening. So I just I'm trying to stop them from using my video. That's it. The only thing I try to talk to YouTube, but you can talk to people. You gotta try to find the right link to make them stop do that. I'm trying to find a way to don't let people use my videos. I'm trying to do whatever I could do. I'm new. So salute to whoever is here. When I have dinner night, I drink wine. Not to abuse wine, but to relax me and enjoy. It's good. It's healthy. That's what the doctor said. 2 glasses a night, it doesn't hurt with dinner. You know, if you do more than that, then you're abusing it. So don't abuse it. Motivation is the key or everything. So that's what I did my whole life. Everything it was motivation. Motiv- Motivation. Okay, cheers. Okay, so okay, what let me see. Okay, what will you have done? Okay, Otavia, Mickey, it takes a nap. Thank you for caring. I don't know. Oh, somebody's talking to Otavia about Mickey. All right, so Jocko, you see the three AI video made about you? Yeah, they got more than three videos. They got a lot of videos. I can't even keep up. I just I looked and what am I gonna do? Is something that I don't like. I try to report that is not right what they're trying to do, and I guess they move around, but then they find a way to put it back on. I don't know. So whatever it is, it is. There's nothing. I got to move forward. I can't let them uh, pass me and try to prevent me from moving forward. So over here right now, I could tell you, I got only a few people talking to me. Otavia, Paulie, Mickey Betts showed up and then he left. So and then okay, see, Mickey's telling Otavia go take a nap. Okay, see, Mickey Betts. Okay, so we got about 3, 4 people, but I got 16 people watching the on on the channel. 16 people, and 8 people already pushed like, which is good. Okay, so I'm gonna. That's what I'm here to talk to people that want to ask good questions, answer. So how poor of time and Ireland right now comes good. Okay. Yes, cooking. I got a lot of pictures of my fancy dishes I made. Maybe eventually I'm going to start putting them out as a thumbnail. Maybe I don't know. Would that work? Put my dish, my famous dishes, as a thumbnail. And mafia group, whatever this is. What do you consider mafia group? Mafia group. So okay, so what's up, Jack? Okay, let me see. We got somebody else here. De, De Asante Santini. What's up, Jack? Still going strong. I don't know. Why is a long name? De Santi Santini. I don't know. That's a long name. Now we got a Giacomo, the impersonator of me. He's Giacomo Amato. He's a impersonator. Say, how they do it, I don't know. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's good. Thank you, Jack. Uh, for fake AI video is a weak move. Yes, they're not going nowhere. They've been doing this girl that puts out things about me. She's fucking been doing it 6 years. She only got 2,000 subscribers, and she does a lot of work to make these videos. And they don't make sense. I don't know. Some of them don't. And she mentions the guy she's hooked up with. She mentioned Tommy Sting. Tommy Sting. That he came on this show. And he attacked. He's the one who said, "I'll buy your book. I'll buy your book when it goes to the dollar store." And somebody that supposed it was following me, he said, "Yeah, he's always kidding around." That's not kidding around when you're insulting your hard work you put in. That's not kidding around. So Tom, Tommy Sting is part of the group. So there's a lot of guys here. This guy Santini, there is Santini. I don't know who he is. Jack Amaro, the impersonator. I don't know who it is. Tyler Schumo, you're a great storyteller, Mr. Amaro. Just the priest hall. I don't know. I'm telling a story because I wrote books. I know about telling story. I used to listen to story. The old timers used to teach me. And who you listen more? An old timer, would you listen? A guy who's in his 40. What the fuck does he know yet? At 40 years old, he doesn't know nothing. He didn't even start. He didn't start his life yet. So, what's up? You want to listen to older people with experience, people that went through up and down, ups and down. You don't want to talk to a young guy. What does he know? Uh, okay, Tully Schumer, you are a great story. Okay, Jack, did you know Mickey Cos Miss Melissa? No, I didn't know 'em. I don't know those people. Waited for them to arrive. I just bought 3 books on Amazon. Um, just bought 3 books on Amazon. Good for you. Was one of them my book? Tyler Schumer, you didn't buy one of my books. Congratulations, you bought 3 books. Waited for them to arrive. Congratulations, Tyler Schumer. Check them out. They have no respect with the AI. I'm a man of honor and respect. It's true, Jack. That's what I am. Like it or not, that's what I am. Okay. So Newman, positive energy. What kind of names are there? When you was around the Bonanno family, did you ever see Sonny Red or Sonny Black? Yes. In Greenpoint, I seen them. Yes. Shook hands with them too. So because I was with Marty Rastelli, the boss's brother. We used to go there to their places and collect money. Yes. Okay. Show myself some respect. Check. Show myself some respect. Okay. Paulie. Old timer stories must have been great. Yes. They told me how to operate. They told me how to, you know, take action, bookmaking, and tell me stories what happened to their life. So, yes, I learned a lot from them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the experience I learned, to make money. I was not a runner. I learned by watching them operate. And I worked for them, by taking the bets with them while they stood by and showed me how it works. And that's why I got good at it. And that's how I got good how to talk to wise guys, how to handle myself to a sit down, to have a one-on-one, face-to-face conversation. Sometimes with the piece in my pocket, and how to make my points, growing up. It was scary. I felt already being shot. So I went through hell after I got shot, through surgeries, everything. So I guess after that, you don't think about it. You know, it's, getting shot is the worry. Once you get shot, either you live or you die. You get stabbed multiple times. You could live through it or you could die. So nothing could stop it. So people that go through that kind of process, become tough guys. They become fearless. They're not afraid of anybody because they went through already life and death. They've seen life and death. So that's what happens. Okay, so now we got few people coming in, which makes me happy. When you were around the Bonanno family, did you ever see? I answer that. Yes, I even shook hands with them. Uh, okay, then we have old time stories are good. Okay, hello, Jack. We said hello already, Terrace. Okay, Jack says, like subscribe, read my book, and make a good review. Thank you, Jack. That's what I've been trying to say. Hello, James Johnson. Oh, he's on board, James Johnson. Did I miss him? James Johnson, Paulie. I thought bringing a piece to sit down was a no-no. Depends what kind of sit down you're doing. Who says that you can take a gun and a sit down? They all carry guns. All you hear is all bullshit. There's guys they don't stay without a gun. Like police officers, they always have a fucking gun. So why not a criminal have a gun? Who said Paulie? I don't know. That's not true. Paulie, no, no. You bring a gun, whatever you gotta do when you go to a sit down. If you go to a sit down with no gun, what's the chances you coming out of the sit down? But it doesn't make a difference if you're carrying a gun. Because whoever's quick on the draw is going to win the fight. So you could carry a gun, and if the guy takes out the gun before you and shoots you, in the right spot, you're done. So it doesn't make a difference if you carry it. It doesn't mean shit. It's who's quick on the draw, like the Cowboys, the Western. When you're living that life, that's what it is. You're living in a life of danger. You're doing business. You're willing and dealing money. You're dealing drugs. So you got to carry a gun. All right, Jack Amato. I don't see James Johnson. Where is he? I don't see him. Jack, serious question. I said I bought 3 books. Do you not comprehend? Those books are yours. You're such a silly man. Yeah, you bought 3 books? Okay. Thank you. All right. Silly man. Okay. So we got, you got do what you gotta do. That's right. You do what you gotta do. Who says you can carry a gun? Cops do it. Why can a wise guy carry a gun? How you go? How you become a bodyguard when you know, Carmen Galante, Rossi Rastelli? I used to carry a gun when I used to go with Marty Rastelli to pick up money. I carried a gun. You know, how are you gonna do? What are you gonna shoot with your finger? What are you gonna shoot? So yes, you carry a gun. You gotta do what you gotta do. So that was the thing. So I'm Mr. J Johnson. Who's in background? You don't want to talk to me? Uh, okay. Jack, I read you was shot. What happened there? Well, read the books. You say you got the book. You got the books. It tells you the book what happened. So I don't have to tell you. You got the books. Hey, oh, Chuck, is that Bob Mickey? Chuck, where is that Bob Mickey? Uh, Mickey's a bum. I don't know. I don't know who's a bum, who's a good guy, bad guy here. I don't know. The only thing I got James Johnson. Hey, James Johnson is the 3 people that he does AI. Okay. And he gave me the review on the book. He went under James Johnson with a bad review. Jay Johnson is JJ Lambone, and he is mob gender fake freak. That's him. So That's James Johnson. Now, he's here. I want to talk to him. Yeah, we could talk. You know, I use AI. Right. I know that. Tell everybody here that who you are. Be brave. Tell them that James Johnson is, you know, James Lambone and Mom Gender Fake Freak. Say it. Be brave. Uh, so, what's much gender? Tell us, Schumer. What is a mob gender? I don't know. Ask your friend James Johnson. He will tell you what it is. Cheers. I drink. Hey, James Johnson, James Lambone, and Mob Freak. So now what we need here is Bambi. Bambi Palermo. Where is she? This one will make it a twinsome. Twinsome? You could make a fun of twinsome. James Johnson makes that. He does my videos. Okay. So I gotta put my glasses on. So how do you okay, we're gonna go to that. James Johnson, that's you. You are those three people I just mentioned. Okay? You don't have the balls to say it because you're a freak. Okay. So we're having a conversation now. This is a conversation. Okay? So have the balls to at least declare who you are. Don't be like a tramp. You know what I mean? Okay, tell us, is that like a baby real party? I don't know. Ask James Johnson. He will tell you those questions. But I mean, I'm happy you're here. We could have a conversation. Mabjan Lefana agenda. Okay. How do you? Okay, Paul is asking a good, legitimate question. How did Joe Messino prepare to take over when he was released? Did he make move before he was released? They always make moves. They play checkers, chess. They play chess. They always make moves. They always prepare themselves what they're gonna do. It's a chess game. That's what I'm trying to do here too. I'm playing chess with my adversaries. They're playing the chess game with me. So that's what they're doing, Paul. It's a whole chess game. Who's going to survive in the end? Who's going to win at the end? That's what it's all about. I did wrong that I delete a lot of people. I should just let it go. Some people advise me, let them do their thing. You do your thing. So my thing is doing live stream is talking to the people. I'm gonna do the private, what do you call the videos to talk about Joe Messino. I'm gonna talk about which will be book part 4 that I was supposed to write, contributed to the year 2010, 13, until Joe Messino turned rat and he came out of prison again. So, that's what I'm gonna be talking about, in my videos. My live stream is talking to you guys. So that's my thing now. I'm not gonna do live stream and talk about my story. My stories are my book. They're in the auto books. So if anybody wants to know the way I start out, the way I began, those are the stories in the books. So now I'm gonna talk to you guys, come on live, and talk to one-on-one in the computer if I get the time to get everybody. And the videos, I'm going to talk about the book I was going to write, part 4 book. So that's why I talk about John Messino in my last video. You could go check it out and start with that one. And I'm going to talk about John Messino, his moves, what I did to stay out from the radar of the feds and the radar from the mobster, which mostly was the John Messino. Okay, so let me catch up over here conversation. I gotta put my glass. I don't want to put my glasses. You know. Okay. Gender. Okay. So James Johnson said, "I'm not hiding who I am, Jack." I think you see what I'm saying. You got no balls. You should tell them who you are. Be proud what you do. That's your job. That's why you got those what do you call James Lambone. James Lambone is not you either, and so you're not mob gender fake freak because that's who would do something like that. Very disgusting, videos, toilets, shit. I mean, where's that gonna get? That's why Mickey Scars, Mikey Scar, and the other, they don't even want to talk to you. That's why even the other podcasters, they don't want to talk to you because the things you do, they don't like it either because, you're being disrespectful with those videos, even against your enemy, even against their enemies. That's not a good thing to do. I told you that before. You could use it for your own, you say, for good reason, good purpose. But you chose to do shit, make shit out of something. Um, okay, then we have Jack Camaro. How you, James, show respect, be brave. Okay. How are you, James? Show respect, be brave. That's right. Tell him, Jack. Tell him. Show your colors. Show you who you are. Uh, I see Coop. Chaco, that he, she, Bambi owns me money. She never paid me back. I don't know. I don't know about that. Okay, so tell her something. Bambi says she has PhD and Vinny Ocean is her uncle. Uncle. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. He turned to be a rat, I guess. So, tell us, James Johnson, are you the freak Giacomo is saying does the gender reveal for the mafia? Okay, answer that, Johnson. She's asking you a question. Um, okay, so we got uh, I never seen gender reveal for the mob. I've never even gender reveal what there was Tony Pizza, but that is it. Yeah, Tommy Pizza, you got it with Tommy Pizza too. Okay, and you got it with Semi the Bull. You got it with Louis Cashman. The adopted son of John Gotti. You got a few people, but even you talk about them, it's not getting you nowhere. So I don't know why you even bother doing that. You could be doing different things because you don't have no contents to talk about stories about mobster. You're not like Jeff Nutty. He was your buddy. I mean, you follow him. He never helped you. Jeff Nutty. You kiss his ass, and Francesco Fedolino with his 52 topic, you kissing their ass, and Mikey Scars, Mickey Scar, Mikey Scars, you kissing his ass too. He's not getting you nowhere. Even you attacking a mercenary. because I am adversary of Francesco Fandolino. So everybody that belongs to Francesco Fandolino is attacking me. But he's not doing nothing. You know, he got Louis Cosme on his fucking show. How many times, James Johnson? How many times he put you on the show, James Johnson, as a jambone? How many times did he put you on the show? How many times did Mickey Scars put you on his show? How many times did Jeff Nutty put on his show? Osi Shorts, why doesn't he put you on his show? He's from England. Is that your connection with the English guy? Uh, Come on, you could answer. Let's have a discussion. The Tony Pizza work for Giacomo Pizzeria. I don't know who Tony Pizza is. Uh, I also know Gino Pizza, very popular Gino Pizza. I don't know about Tony Pizza. Um, okay. Do Rusty Brother have his button? No, none of his brothers had a button. None of his brothers had a button. Rusty was a class of his own. Rusty came from a good family, working family. They were Napolitans. I met the old man, his father, because I was very close with the family, very respectful, very nice. A lot of the guys, they just love their brothers, and they grew up in the neighborhood. That's how they're still loyal. I had five brothers, and my father, didn't want me to do anything, and he didn't want my brothers to get involved in anything, and they didn't want even do anything for me. They didn't want to help me with anything that had to do illegitimate business. The only thing we did is celebrate Christmas, New Year's, Easter, weddings, funerals. That's it. There was, nothing about criminal activity. My brothers, they want to know nothing about that. And my father either, especially in America. Back in Sicily, you had to do what you had to do to feed the family. And I was the point where after I got shot and I lost everything, and I, went to work construction, try to stay straight and see the money I was making, and killing myself, and where am I going? It was a very hard to swallow, knowing you make a lot of money, your own business, you were a bookmaker, you learn card games, everything, and now you're making a paycheck, which was a good paycheck, working construction, what kind of work I was doing. At that time, it was about $800 a week. That was a lot of money. But guess what? Uncle Sam will take 250 out of your paycheck. And now you're stuck with 550. So what are you doing? Then in the winter you're off because it's cold. You can't work. So we got now Tony Pete's on board. Okay. She says, Giacomo, Talusuma said, Giacomo, once I started reading the books, can I ask you a question about them? Yeah, what are you going to tell me? There's in the chapters. Go ahead. You could ask me. Talusuma, you could ask me. All right, Tony Peter, you are fake. I'm the only real gangster on there. Tony Peter, you are okay. Who's a fake? James Johnson or me? Tony Pizza, you asking me? I'm the fake gangster here. Uh, Tony Pizza. Okay, so this is something. I read the book. Ask him a question about what I read. He said, read the book Listen again. Uh, Talia, I read the book. Okay, you read the book. Okay, so who's going to ask me the question about the book? I will answer the question. I'm all ears now. That's my show now. I will have a conversation direct with you guys. Um, okay, Talia, I read the book. Ask him a question about what I read. He said, read the book, listen again. I don't know. Really? All right. I'm going to start bringing you people on my show to talk live. Okay, Jack, bring your people. We talk live. Okay, James, I'm JJ Lambone. Good, good. Okay, now what's next? I talk to Mickey Scars all the time. I don't see it. I don't see you go on a show. You talk to him all the time. Are you on a show? James Johnson as a Jane Lambone. Are you going as a James Johnson? You talk to like you're talking to me now, or you are part of a show? Do you talk to as a guest to promote your channel? You could answer me. Are you going as a guest to promote your channel? Does Frank Fedolino promotes your channel? You know, he promotes Louis Cashman channel. The buddies, he's there a lot, but I don't see you there. Doing a show with Mickey Scars or Francesco Fedolino. I think I seen you one, but I didn't see your face. It was like a disc playing, like talking. You were not live. He was talking to a phone, like a phone call. I don't know. Your face. What's the matter? I don't know. Mickey Scars has nothing on me. I kill more people than Sammy the Bull. What have you done? Okay, good for you. Maybe they give you a medal. Did anybody give you a medal? Tony Pizza? Is this the Tony Pizza this the marking and Bambi marks Tony Pizza? And I think James Lambone does it too. I don't know. I'm getting confused. So many people using this Tony Pizza. You that same Tony Pizza or different Tony Pizza? Okay, I'm dropping the link to bring JJ Lambone onto the bed me. I will show you how a man of honor conduct himself. Very good, Jack. Go ahead, do it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to push buttons, so maybe you're good at it. I don't know. Okay, now we got Talia. Jack, when you say you knew John Gotti, do you ever meet his adopted son Louis? I never seen him. No. I'm sure he heard of my place, Amici Restaurant in Franco Square, because had a lot of Jews around me. I was around with the Jews. West Hempstead was full of Jews, right, Paulie? You there, Paulie? There's a lot of Jews over there. I had dealt a lot of guys. I had a lot of Jews. I was going to synagogues. I don't know. He was not a Long Island boy, or this Louis Cashman was a Manhattan guy or Brooklyn guy. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck he's from, but I was with the Jews in West Hempstead, all business people. He's talking about the garment district in Manhattan. They make clothes, the material to sell in the market. So I don't know. Can't know everybody in life, but I know he was a young guy, Metro 700 was there next to my place. There was NS Bagel right next door from me. NS Bagel, you know, Jews went there to pick up bagels, yeah, after the clubs. So the Michi restaurant was right there. There was no fucking way he could miss it. So, he says he didn't know about this, he knew John Gotti. I know my time when I was associated with Joe Messino, with the lunch wagon, and there was the donor guy used to bring the Jewish guy, the Jewish people, the ice guy, Jewish. A lot of Jewish guys were in the food business, and they used to fucking treat them bad. They used to take things, not pay them back. They used to abuse them. So the John Gotti did that to what's his name? Fuck, Cashman, Louis Cashman. Yeah, probably he ended up broke. He went to prison, right? So a lot of fucking people went to prison. Even Tommy Gambino ended up going to prison because he began associated with John Gotti. Anybody knows that? You know, Tommy Gambino was a legitimate businessman. His father gave him the button because he had to, because they got to protect the investors. They got to be able to talk. And then he had his uncle Paul Castellano. Uh, so because anybody was look at in politics, Donald Trump. Everybody went near him. He got fucked. They all lost everything. Generals, business people lost everything, and he's still around. He became president. So it depends how you play chess. It's all about how you play chess. So, Tony Pizza. Are you the same Tony Pizza to talk bad about, or you're a different Tony Pizza, being that you kill more people than Sammy? Answer. I'm talking to you, Tony Pizza Killer. Okay. So we got Jonathan. You up the son. I just answer that. Uh, 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 Pat Poland. Chuck, will you entertain a celebrity mama fight with Frankie? We're fighting now. We've been fighting me, Francesco Fedolino. They made a what do you call? They made a video that knocked me down. In his fucking AI video, Francesco Fedolino used me as his doggy, and he knocked me out. So tell him, James Johnson, tell him the video you made. They knocked me out, in the AI video. So I've been on Scott's show, Jack. I haven't seen you on this fucking show, Johnson. I watch Jimmy and Mike Scars too. What's so big deal about Mickey Scars? What is so great about Mickey Scars? What did he do? How long was he involved with the mafia? He was related. He had uncles, whatever he had. His father, he got involved with John Junior Gotti. And what he had, they gave him all that business, and then they took it away from him once he got locked up. That's the life. They give and they take it back. But when it's yours, like it was mine, I built everything myself. They couldn't take away because they didn't know the people. I had the people. They knew the business, but they couldn't do nothing with the people I was doing business with because they were my people. That's what I create. So all these guys that call, I lost this, I lost that. All these guys that have shows and talk about, I lost, I collect. It was never theirs. They were put there because they anoint to you. They make you the soldier. So you take the button, and then if you're with them and you throw trust, they move you up. They give you position. Somebody gets killed, or somebody goes to prison. There's money in the street. They put you there. They put you in the business. It's not yours. It belongs to the family. It belongs to the crime family. So when something happens to you, you thinking you got something coming. You got nothing coming because they gave it to you. So they take it back. Now you're in prison. You got to deal with your prison. Some guys, they help pay for the lawyers, for defense, because they don't want you to turn rat. So that's where they did. And if they didn't do that, then they deserve everything they got coming. So yes, whoever you work for is supposed to take care of you. If you go to prison, they're supposed to help you to defend yourself. They're supposed to feel give you a check for the family. That's the way I know worked. That's the way it worked. Unless you were scumbag, then all bets are off. Who is Jeff Nori? I'm only here for you, Giacomo. Good for you, Talashuma. Okay. Uh, Five brothers. You have your own Bogota. Yeah, I consider myself my own. Yes, I had Jews, I had Irish, I had Italians, I had a Colombian, I even had Iranian, which I'm going to talk about in my videos in the nightclubs, the disco. You meet a lot of different people, and a lot of different groups. So, Jack, Tony Pizza, I will show you how to conduct yourself like a man. Show some respect. Uh, okay, tell us who is Francesco Fiore, Lino? Okay, funny girl. All right, Beanie Bumby. Chaco, my good friend is Chinese. Is there any way to get the book in Chinese? Yeah, I'm gonna have a sip on that one. James Johnson. We'll talk about phone and email, Jack. Are you in the Patreon group? We talk on the phone and emails, Jack. Are you in the Patreon group? No, I'm not in the Patreon group. I don't know what it is. So you talk on the email. Why they don't put you in the show, James Johnson? They could give you a lot of boost on your channel, J Lambone, and especially you want to be known as J Lambone, you just say you are, but you don't want to say that you are Jenna fake. You don't want to say that, but it's true. Uh, so why they don't put you on? Why they don't promote your show? Even Francesco Fedolino. Why they don't put you on steadily? You're very loyal to them. You do a lot of shit. James Johnson, why they don't do that? Why they don't put you on? Jeff Nutty never promoted you. Never. You always went on his show. You go to Francesco Fedolino. You go, even Mickey Scarver. You make comments, and that's it. But they don't try to help you promote your channel. They don't promote nobody's channel. They're full of shit. Francesco Fedolino don't promote nobody, especially his partner, the Penguin. They don't promote nobody. They say they do this, they put the link, they click. It's all full of shit. Because they don't do that. They didn't do when I went on the show. They said they put it. They didn't put it. They didn't put the link. They say, but they don't put it up. So, and they move on. They even put up other guys from Ridgewood, non-Italian guys, that they only have their podcast. And they've been going to Francesco Fedolino, and they said they're going to do this, they're going to go on their show. He never did it. They lie. Okay. Now we got the good people coming in. Big Temples went West Hempstead. Okay, big temple in West. Yes, right. Old Jews, right, Paulie? Old Jews, kosher, real Jews, and real mob guys too. John, come on, JJ Lumbo, show some respect. Okay, we got fish. We got fish. Francesco Fandolino, right hand man, is here. Welcome, fish. I accept you with open arms. Close you tie. Let me see what he says. I'm enjoying being high heels. I don't do it anymore. Don't I promise? I don't know. You and high heels? Jack Camato, fish, man of honor. Don't wear dress. Show some respect. Okay. Um, Jack, do you really man of power don't dance to this? Jack, the real men of power don't dance as seen on TV or media. Jack, the real men of power don't dance or are seen on TV media. I don't know. I think I see everybody in the fucking media. As a little boy, John Bonanno was in the fucking media. Uh, Luca Luciano was always in the media. He ran the whorehouses. He ran everything. He was always in the media talking. He was going to write his biography. Then he died. So I don't know what you guys are coming. The media, the wise guy don't write books, don't do this. It's bullshit. Everybody wants to write biography. Everybody wants to be known, especially if they succeed in life, make a lot of money, win. James Johnson, Jack, the real power. Okay, yeah, there's a recent TV. Jack, did you hang out at Cafe Millie Lou's? Millie Lou's? Portolan. I don't know where's Mille Luce. Mille Luce. Where? Where was it located? Fishman Marine. I never hang out in coffee shop. The only coffee shop I hang out was Cafe Numero Uno in East New York because the Carrazzo brothers, we did a lot of business there. That's it. That was my life. After I left the construction, that's where I hang out. That's where, with the business. But then we opened up our own 2 blocks down. We opened up a luncheonette and we had the card games there. Because the Cafe Numero Uno, we used to run the big poker games. The big high rollers used to come there. It was a better room, better setup, better coffee, and because Italians wanted to be there, all big business people, and they used to run a baccarat game for the holidays. Okay, so Jack Scars owns business legit. Plus, Scars treats people with respect. Peter was a dumbass as a boss. Who says that Peter was a dumbass? Who said Peter Gotti was a dumbass? He was there, and then he took over the reins in the 2000 after John Gotti Jr. went to prison. Peter Gotti was the boss. So Peter Gotti was there from the 70s. Who say he was a dumbass as a boss? Who says all this thing? Mickey Scars? What was he? How long did he stay captain? James Johnson. How long did Mickey Scars was a captain? What kind of leader was he, Mickey Scars, the group he had? That's all. Let's see you answer that question. I got 2 subs from Scars that boost my channel. I got sub from 52 Top, but they had me on their show too, laughing aloud. Now, I never seen your face in this show. I seen you talking the phone. I never seen you on 52 Topic. Like this show, what is it, Joe Pastore, Lisa Pizzatola, and other people, Louis Cashman. I never seen you on their show, James Johnson, live, talking to them. So, Patolino, Jaguar, they spying on you. Yeah, I know that. But what are you going to do? This is the life we chose. So we got to play the life. So I'm here and I'm entertaining. I'm finding it very enjoyable now that we're talking, we're having a conversation. I try email you again and try to sell number, but number is not good. I want to connect to the Zelle $55 and get my 3 books. Paulie, I gave you the email. I gave you the email. I gave it to Primo too. Primo got the 3 books, and we did the Zelle thing. So I don't know which kind of email you have. It's wrong, but I give you the email right now in front of everybody. I don't care because my email is even on my YouTube channel. You know, James Johnson emails me all the time. I don't respond to it because I'm angry at him. Right, James Johnson? You send me email, right, James Johnson? Paulie, what kind of email you got, and I will answer you. Okay. Jack, I tried to. Okay. Tell me the email you got and see if you got it right. Uh, 18th Avenue, 18th Avenue. Yeah, I used to go to 18th Avenue. Yes. But I didn't got a coffee shop. There's a lot of Carinese in 18th Avenue. I got nieces and nephews in 18th Avenue. The Carini town is over there. They got coffee shop. I was in Franklin Square. I went there for the feast. When they had the feast, this the town for my town was a Jesus Christ feast. The Good Friday they do. That's a big saint we have, a Carini. Yeah, that's when I used to go to 10th Avenue. Okay, so now I'm not coffee but Jack Amato. I'm not a coffee but why would I hang out in the coffee shop? Good, Jack. That's true. I'm not a coffee guy. Francesco Fedolino was a coffee guy. Cheers. Soy sauce. Welcome. Hey, Giacomo, have you seen the recent drama between John Eli and Fed Joe? Yeah, a little bit. It's not my business. John Eli is a young guy. He was with John Junior Gotti. I never met John Junior Gotti. The only thing I know, you used to get into fucking fights at the disco, and people wanted to fucking shoot him. I guess John Eli was with him too. So I don't know. That's all I know about John Gotti Jr. John Eli grew up with him. John Eli and me are different people, different age, different circumstances. Uh, okay. Sammy said Peter Gotti was a complete idiot. Poor man. No, Peter Gotti was not completely idiot. When you stay in the shadow of somebody, it's like Sabatali was not a fucking idiot. Sally, Joe's brother-in-law. When you stay in the shadow of somebody, you become a shadow. That's it. And that's what Peter Gotti was. John Gotti respected his brother Peter. He listened to Peter. Okay? That was his advisor, really. Okay, he was his older brother. He didn't disrespect his older brother, Peter. And Peter was there till fucking 2000, till he died. He went to prison. Never rotted. So why you call him an idiot? You know, this is bullshit. I don't, I knew Peter, played with him, and he was respectful. He was a good guy, not a bad guy. I don't care what anybody says. You know, John Gotti Jr. should have been the boss. Peter Gotti should have been the boss when Johnny went into prison. That's who he should have anointed, was his brother Peter, and he appointed his son. And you see what happened. So I don't have to. You guys are old enough to know what was going on. Okay. Sammy said Peter Gotti was a complete idiot. What is fucking Sammy the Bull? What was he, Sammy the Bull? He was a good guy, Sammy the Bull. He was a fucking hoodlum from the street. Otto. I call him Lotto, whatever fucking name it was, Otto. He put him under his wing. He brought him into the Gambino family, tried to make a man out of him. And he was still a street hood. And all his life, that's what he was. So what is he? I said Peter was a dumb bass. He tried to strong Sigurd, got caught. He sent his squad from Semi, got caught doing that plus. He wasn't respected. Semi the Bull was being protected by the feds. The way they protected John Gotti, because when they wanted to whack him, James Johnson, the feds protect Semi the Bull. That's why those guys got busted. They were trying to knock him off. Okay, in over there, Arizona. They were trying to knock off John Gotti too when he killed Paul Castellano. Okay, so the feds protected him, and feds protected Joe Messino too. What about Greg Scarpa? They protected Greg Scarpa. So why would Peter Gotti be an idiot being in the family before John Gotti even got his button? You know? So Gene Gotti got the button before John Gotti. Okay? So I don't, so those people were good people. Okay, Paulie. Jack Rose? No. Give me the full email. Paul, I'm going to give it to you right here because I'm not worried about nobody who have my email. Take a pen. Jack Rose 11 at Comcast.net. That's my email. Paulie, you got it? You could show it that you got the right email. Jack Rose 11 at Comcast.net. That's my email. James knows my email. James Johnson knows my email. Correction. I email you 4 times, not all the time. All right, so you email me 4 times. Okay. I got your phone number too. How many times have I called you? I don't know. I don't answer my phone too much. If I don't know the number, I don't answer the phone. Can I post all the emails in my community need to be? No. I don't need you to put my email. James Johnson, you email me too much. I don't respond because you have no respect. That's right, Jack. Jack, you're right. He doesn't have no respect. Why should I respond to him? He knows what he has to do, right? He wants to be with Francesco Ferdolino and Bimbi Palermo, uh, making AI videos and put my books in the toilet bowl with shit. You know, I made a video saying payback is a bitch. So we're playing chess now. I'm playing chess against my adversaries. So we see who's gonna, survive or keep on growing on YouTube. Carmine God is in trouble with the law again for choking his girlfriend. None of my business. And Carmine Gotti has nothing to do with John Gotti. Carmine Gotti is a man, 40 years old, probably your fucking age, so it's your age. People do things and they got to pay the consequences. So I don't get involved with things, modern things. You know, I was I was involved with the old timers, the past. Uh, James Johnson. Okay, James Johnson. Paul 450 said that's drug dealer Sammy and son was dealing with had a beef with New York hitman. But the fucking no, they wanted to kill him because he fucking rotted. That's why they wanted to kill him. He ratted out on John Gotti. They were supposed to wipe him out. That's the way it used to be in those days. They put a bird in your mouth. They cut your balls off. They cut your dick off because it was different times. But the feds protected all the rats because they want people to turn rats. What do they call a whistleblower? They protect them. To come out, whistleblower. It's money. It brings what do you call revenues to the feds. They need money to pay uh, for the bureau, the FBI, the CIA. They all go after the money. They want money. So, Paulie, yes, sir. So that's the email you got, Paulie? Yes, sir. So if you got that email, I should get it. So try again. I got the books ready for you. And I could sign them the way you want me to sign them. Give me direction what to sign. If you want a special writing, because some people ask me write this, say this way, that way. And I always at the end, best wishes, Giacomo Amato, my real name. I'm the author. Good. Come and visit me, Johnson. I'm not hiding. Come and visit me, Johnson. Okay. Now, James Johnson has got my address. Come in. Come. Come. Okay. So I know the address. Okay. So we got Carlo Schumann. Giacomo. You are not Jack. He's not your twin brother. Uh, okay, James Johnson. Not a chance. The review. Okay. So it's not change it, the review. Nobody's telling you to do shit. Who cares? Who cares? You're gonna be past history that review. People are gonna buy the books. People don't follow guys doing shit AI. They're not gonna watch Bimbi doing weird things, freaky things. She makes herself look good on the pictures. She should put a real picture what she looks like. You too, James. Put your real picture. That's why you don't go on the show. You're fakes. James Johnson, a wise guy doesn't apologize. So, James, so that means James Johnson is a wise guy. Okay, Paulie. Yes. Okay. Good, Paulie. Good. Okay. I look forward for the email. The email is the email. Okay. Meme never say sorry. Who said that? Soy sauce. Who says the main man never says sorry? Who says sorry? I always say sorry when I'm wrong. Even if somebody's weak and he's right, I say you're right. I'm sorry. But if I'm right, you could be fucking 7 foot tall. I'm gonna challenge you. But if a weakly person is soft and he was right, I would say I'm sorry. So whoever said doesn't say fucking sorry, wise guy. That's why they're in trouble. That's why they fucked up. A man of honor is supposed to know and admit when he's wrong. Not everybody's 100%. Nobody. Nobody's ever been 100%. So accept the facts. Next game about to start. I'm going through the game with the people again and not telling your story. Like watch or sounded like foreign. Okay, I don't know. It's a long story to read. Next game is going to start. It's at 8:30, right? Starts at 9:30. They're going to lose again tonight. Okay, poorly. Knicks are given 2.5. What do you call with Jack? I think they're going to lose again tonight. I don't know. Are they playing in New York? Paulie, are they playing in New York? Or they're playing over there? They're going to lose tonight either way. They're going to lose tonight. They're going to tie the series. 2-2. Okay. Money line is 126. Tonight they're going to lose again. See you Friday, hopefully. Yes, I'll be here as long as I don't die in the middle of the night. Okay, so we had a nice conversation. Can you sign my book to the top couple regime, Paulie? Yeah. Okay, send the email and tell me what you want me to write, and I could write, and we'll do it forward. See, Johnson, people buy my book, James Johnson. So they're buying direct from me and they're buying from Amazon. Little damage, few steps back, but the book's going to move forward. And your review, Lisa Pizzatola and Bambi and the other guys, that talk stupid. People are going to see through it and they're going to know that you guys are haters of my work, So, and you're going to be past history. And I'm still going to be here selling my books, promoting my channel, and moving forward. So we had a nice discussion, James Johnson, right? Okay. So, well, I shall see you Friday, hopefully. Okay, can you sign my book? We did that. Okay. Jack, buy my book, make a good review, not like Lisa and James Johnson. Yes. And Bambi. Bambi did a lot of writing. Bambi. The Three Musketeers. James Johnson, Lisa Pizzatola, and Bambi Palermo. The Three Musketeers. And who's the fourth Musketeer? Francesco Fedolino, the midget. I don't think he's tall. Is he tall? How tall is Francesco Fedolino? I don't know. How tall is he? He don't look tall on TV. He looks like Piggy. So I don't know. I don't think he's tall. So we had conversation. The coffee boy. That's right. Francesco Fedolino, coffee boy. He said it himself. He made coffee for fuck how many years? He started. He says I'm 9 years old in the coffee shop, and he made coffee all the way to the 1999, making cappuccino at Giannini coffee shop. So he said it himself. He was a coffee boy, cappuccino man. So let me say goodnight to Paulie. Thank you. And James Johnson. See, Jack, that is how less than intelligent you sound. I have never tried to stop people watching you or buying your book. It's such a, but people can do what they want with their money and time. Well, they're doing it, but you didn't put a good you didn't put a good word in, John. You with your AI, you throwing my books in the toilet with shit with mosquitoes flying around. I don't know if I can get away with that with YouTube. I don't know. Uh, that's disgusting. What kind of brain, and what kind of people would like to look at shit while they're having coffee or having dinner. So you're not doing any good to people. So people can watch you and buy your book, but you are still gonna be what? Still gonna the fuck you talking about? Is that a mountain talking now? People can watch you and buy your book, but you are still gonna be butt hurt. Butt hurt. What kind of talk is that? Butt, my ass. Is that what you're saying? Butt hurt? Okay. So anyway, okay, so Paulie. Who the fuck is James Johnson? I don't know. Joseph the name alone, James Johnson, for Mickey Scars to talk to him. Mickey Scars supposed to be man's man. Talk to James Johnson. I don't know. I don't know. To each his own. So have a good night. Enjoy the game. And see you Friday. Good night. Push like, subscribe, watch my videos that I posted. The last one, I started talking about 1992. Joe Messino is in town. He took over the Bonanno crime family. Real story, real fact. I don't need to talk a bash about everybody. I'm being bashed by Bibi Palermo. Lisa Pizzadola can't do it no more. She don't even got a channel, so she don't have a YouTube channel, so she can do shit. So the only thing she could do is talk about it with Francesco Fedolino. Right, so that's it. So Bimbi's got her own channel, and James Johnson, which is JJ Lambone, and Mom Jen Fake Freak is as a show. So they could do things, but they're not Lisa Pizzatola. She's just a little poodle in Francesco Fedolino's show, and Joe Pastore, the little doggy or little cat. So ciao, Paulie. Okay, talk to you Friday. Giacomato, ciao. Johnson, ciao. I say ciao to you too. That's it. We'll see Friday. Good night. Enjoy the next game.